Don't scroll. This moment is not random. Your eyes are here because heaven has arranged it. God is whispering something deeply personal to you tonight. For too long, you have carried the weight of things that were unfair. Times when your voice was ignored. Moments when your kindness was overlooked. Seasons when others rose ahead while you were left behind. It felt like heaven was silent, but it was not. Archangel Michael speaks. What was unfair will not remain that way. What was twisted will be straightened. What was stolen will be restored. God has seen it all, and the time of reversal is beginning. This message is not for the masses. It is not a coincidence. It is meant for you. Every sigh, every hidden tear, every night you asked, "Why, Lord?" has been recorded. And now, the answer begins to unfold. Do not take this lightly. If you are hearing these words, it is because God wants you to know. The story is not over. The ending will not be injustice. The ending will be restoration. Stay close. Listen carefully. This is your divine confirmation. You have asked a quiet question for a long time. Why did unfair things linger? Why did doors close while you were still knocking? Why did others rise while you stood in the shadows? Here is the hidden truth. It was not because you were forgotten. It was not because you were unworthy. It was not because heaven looked away. There are records in heaven. They are not written in anger. They are not written in fear. They are written in light. Every hour you waited, every time you were misunderstood, every loss you could not explain, all of it is kept. All of it is seen. There are seasons when the soil looks empty. There are days when the field looks dead. But beneath the surface, roots are forming. Beneath the surface, the promise is preparing. What looked like silence was not silence. It was holy preparation. This is why your blessings were delayed. This is why your heart felt restless. Not because God forgot you, but because justice was being woven in a way you could not see. You were being positioned when you thought you were being passed by. You were being protected when you thought you were being denied. You were being refined when you thought you were being ignored. There are assignments that cannot sit on shallow foundations. There are crowns that cannot rest on untested character. There are doors that will not open until your spirit can carry what waits behind them. You cried and thought the tears were wasted. They were not wasted. They watered the ground. They softened the hard places of your heart. They taught you to listen for God in the quiet. You served and thought no one noticed. Heaven noticed. You were faithful in the small. You were gentle when others were harsh. You kept your hands clean when compromise was easy. This is written down. Nothing was lost. There were whispers against you. Rooms you were not invited into. Tables where you prepared the meal but were not allowed to eat. Heaven saw those rooms. Heaven heard those whispers. Heaven counted every time you chose peace over retaliation. Listen to this. The story of your life is not being told by those who wronged you. The story of your life is being told by the one who formed you. And he writes with mercy and truth. Archangel Michael speaks a simple line to your spirit. What was unfair will not remain that way. The scales are being balanced. The ledger is being corrected. The seal of heaven rests on this decree. You did not lose time. You planted time. You did not lose years. You sowed years into a harvest that will return with interest. What was subtracted will become addition. What was divided will become multiplied. This is not a call to bitterness. This is not a license to accuse. This is a summons to stand still and watch the Lord work. Your defense will not be loud words. Your defense will be visible restoration. There were people who built their value by stepping on yours. Let that be. There were systems that closed their doors to you. Let them be. God is opening doors they do not control. God is writing invitations your critics cannot cancel. You asked where God was when the unfair thing happened. He was beside you. He was gathering every fragment of your dignity. He was keeping your future safe while your present shook. He was writing the sentence you could not yet read. This is why your blessings were delayed. This is why your heart felt restless. The timing had to match the testimony. The table had to be set in the presence of those who said you would never sit. The oil had to be warmed. The cup had to be filled to the brim. There is a book in heaven with pages turned by holy hands. On a page with your name, there is a heading. Reversal. Under that heading, lines are forming. Restoration of dignity. Recovery of opportunities. Redemption of time. Compensation for losses. Peace where there was turmoil. You will ask how this can be. Listen again. God is not limited to the route that hurt you. God is not restrained by the voices that misjudged you. He does not need permission to bless you. He does not need approval to vindicate you. There is a law in the kingdom. What was stolen must be returned. What was broken must be mended. What was twisted must be straightened. This law is now active over your life. You will see signs, small at first, a conversation that softens, an apology you did not chase, a door that opens without the usual struggle, a message that arrives at the right hour. These are not random. These are markers. They are the first stones of a new path. You will feel a settling in your spirit. The fear that kept you up at night will begin to loosen. The knot in your chest will begin to untie. Not because circumstances are perfect, but because peace is moving in. Justice carries peace with it. When justice approaches, fear loses its seat. There will be a moment when you notice your voice is steady. You will speak without needing to explain. You will walk into a room without searching for safety. You will sit at a table and taste food without the bitterness of memory. This is healing in motion. This is justice at work. Do not obsess over how. Do not measure the path by sight alone. Focus on your posture. Keep your hands open. Keep your heart soft. Keep your words clean. Heaven promotes those who stay teachable while they are tested. Think of Joseph. Misunderstood, mistreated, yet prepared. He did not climb by revenge. He rose by faithfulness. And when justice arrived, it brought wisdom with it. So too for you. Think of Job. Loss upon loss. Silence upon silence. Then God spoke, and the latter was greater than the former. So too for you. Think of Hannah. Mocked for her emptiness. Kept coming to God anyway. Her prayer became a life that changed the story of a nation. So too for you. This is not theory. This is not the comfort of nice words. This is the active promise of God. The judge of all the earth will do right. He does not forget. He does not delay without purpose. He does not promise and then step back. Archangel Michael is not speaking to excite you for a moment. He is speaking to align your steps for a season. He is whispering to your will, to your choices, to your daily rhythm. Do not return to the patterns that harmed you. Do not negotiate your worth to keep small peace. Do not dim your light to fit into rooms that feed on shadows. You are not called to chase fairness in human courts alone. You are called to stand under divine justice. Human fairness measures by convenience. Divine justice measures by truth. Human fairness is fragile. Divine justice is firm. Stand under what is firm. You may say that your name has been spoken against. Let heaven write it again in a better place. You may say that opportunities passed you by. Watch as God calls them back or brings better ones. You may say that time is gone. Listen, God redeems time by redeeming lives. He will not take you backward. He will move you forward with what you needed all along. You will notice that your desire for revenge is fading. This is also a sign. When God carries your case, your hands become free. Free to build. Free to create. Free to love without suspicion. Free to pray without bargaining. There is a fresh assignment on your life. It is not an assignment to prove people wrong. It is an assignment to prove God faithful. You will live in a way that says God sees. You will speak in a way that says God restores. You will work in a way that says God is near. Do not rush to announce what God is doing. Let results speak. Let peace speak. Let restoration speak. Those who need to see will see. Those who choose not to see cannot stop it. Remember this sentence. It is already written. It is already sealed. It is already on its way. Ask yourself what faithfulness looks like today. Maybe it is one call you have been afraid to make. Maybe it is one project you put down because your heart was tired. Maybe it is one prayer spoken with simple trust. Do that. Small obedience opens large doors. And when the door opens, walk through without apology. Do not explain your right to be blessed. Do not shrink to keep others comfortable. Stand with humility and strength. You are not standing on personal pride. You are standing on divine promise. This is why your blessings were delayed. This is why your heart felt restless. Because the timing of God is turning the machine of your life toward justice. Because the hand of God is correcting what was tilted. Because the voice of God is rewriting the last lines of chapters you thought were finished. There will be a night soon when you sleep and do not wake up to check the clock. There will be a morning soon when you breathe before your feet touch the floor and you feel peace first. There will be a day soon when you smile without trying. These are not small things. These are the green shoots of a better season. Archangel Michael speaks again. Hold this. Justice is not coming to make you proud. Justice is coming to make you whole. Restoration is not coming to make you loud. Restoration is coming to make you free. What was unfair will not remain that way. The decree has been issued. The page has been turned. Your name is on it. When the reversal begins, remember mercy. Do not repay evil with evil. Do not use your healing to wound. Use your healing to bless. Use your platform to lift. Use your words to plant peace. This is the revelation. God saw. God kept record. God prepared the timing. God now releases justice. Stand still in your spirit. Say yes with your heart. Keep your hands open. Your story is moving into fairness. Your life is moving into balance. Your path is moving into light. It is written. It is sealed. It is on its way. You have carried more than most people know. You learned how to smile with a tired heart. You learned how to keep serving when you felt invisible. You learned how to be strong for others while you were breaking in quiet places. There were nights when the room was dark, but your thoughts were louder than any clock. You rehearsed conversations you never got to say. You rewrote endings that still went wrong. You asked God if He saw you, and then felt guilty for even asking. You were faithful to people who did not protect you. You kept your promises when others broke theirs. You gave the benefit of the doubt because that is who you are. When the return was silence, you wondered if kindness was a mistake. You have known the ache of being misunderstood. Words were put in your mouth that you never spoke. Motives were assigned to you that you never carried. Your name was on lips that did not know your heart. You have known the weight of being left out. Meetings were held without your invitation. Decisions were made without your input. Credit was given to hands that did not labor the way you labored. You have known the sting of betrayal. Confidence was broken. Secrets you entrusted to a friend became currency in another room. The door you opened for someone became the door they closed on you. You have known spiritual confusion. You prayed and felt no answer. You fasted and felt no change. You worshipped through tears and went home with the same questions. You have known the pressure of practical life. Bills due while opportunities delayed. Responsibilities stacked while strength emptied. Days that required more than you felt you had. You have known the conflict of wanting to be humble and wanting to be heard. Wanting to turn the other cheek and wanting to speak truth. Wanting to guard your peace and wanting to defend your name. You stood between these desires and called it maturity, but it hurt. Heaven is not ignorant of these things. Heaven did not miss those nights. Heaven did not overlook those choices. If you feel small because you suffered in silence, hear this now. Silence does not mean insignificance in the kingdom. It means your Father trusted you to carry weight without a stage. When you thought your tears were weak, God called them intercession. When you thought your patience was passivity, God called it restraint born of wisdom. When you thought your quiet was cowardice, God called it the dignity of a guarded tongue. He saw the difference. He still sees the difference. You were not wrong to be generous. You were not naive to believe the best. You were not childish to hope again after disappointment. Hope is not foolish. Hope is your native language in the presence of God. There were days your body remembered stress before your mind did. You woke up with a tight chest and did not know why. You carried dread that had no words. You felt responsible for keeping peace you did not break. God saw that too. He numbered those mornings. He counted those breaths. He is not accusing you of fragility. He is honoring your endurance. You have wondered if you are behind. Behind in career. Behind in family. Behind in healing. Behind in purpose. Delay can feel like failure when you compare timelines. But heaven does not measure like a market. Heaven measures by likeness to Christ. In those hidden years you became more patient, more gentle, more rooted, more steady. This is not nothing. This is evidence that you were not abandoned. You were being formed. When people withdrew from you, you assumed you did something wrong. Sometimes you did nothing wrong. Sometimes God created distance because your heart was too easily shaped by voices that could not carry your destiny. Sometimes protection looks like rejection for a little while. You are not cursed. You were being kept. There is compassion for the version of you that endured bad days and still chose love. Compassion for the version of you that apologized first to keep a fragile peace. Compassion for the version of you that covered others and stayed uncovered. The Father will not waste those chapters. He binds them into wisdom. He pours them into discernment. He turns them into gentle authority that does not need volume to be heard. You have replayed the moment when the unfair thing happened. You wonder if another sentence, another reaction, another boundary could have changed everything. Listen with kindness to yourself. You did the best you could with the light you had and the pressure you felt. God is not reviewing the tape to shame you. He is reviewing the tape to redeem you. Mercy edits different than memory. You feared that being soft would make you easy to use. But softness is not the same as access. Soft hearts can carry firm boundaries. Jesus was gentle and lowly, and he still walked away from some crowds. He still chose rest. He still refused to perform for those who would not believe. You are allowed to do the same. You feared that forgiving meant pretending it was not wrong. Forgiveness is not pretending. Forgiveness is refusing to let poison define your future. It is not saying it was fair. It is saying you will not stay tethered to what hurt you. You are releasing your case to a higher court. You feared that moving on meant you lost. Moving on is not losing. It is graduating. It is honoring lessons without living in the classroom forever. It is letting the story be bigger than one chapter. There were seasons when you could not pray long prayers. A sigh was your prayer. A tear was your prayer. A single word in the car was your prayer. Do not belittle those prayers. Heaven collects them in bowls. At the right time, those bowls tip. Justice flows where sighs once lived. You have been tempted to think your pain is common and therefore unimportant. Common does not mean trivial. There are aches nearly everyone knows, yet God treats each one as unique. He fathers you personally, not statistically. He held you on the day you were tired of being brave. He sat beside you when the room felt too small for your grief. He walked slowly when your energy was low. He does not hurry a healing heart. You have stayed honest in small ways. You returned money that was not yours. You apologized even when no one else did. You corrected a story to protect another person's reputation. You told the truth when lying would have been easier. Heaven recorded each act as seed. Nothing righteous disappears. It germinates in the soil of time and surfaces as favor when the season shifts. You have wondered if God is disappointed in you because you questioned him. He is not insecure around your questions. He is a father who answers, and sometimes his first answer is presence. Presence that steadies. Presence that quiets. Presence that makes the next right thing possible. You have felt alone even in crowds. Laughter around you did not reach you. Hugs felt thin. Smiles felt like costumes. If you are tired of pretending, God says you do not have to pretend with him. Bring him the version of you that is not inspirational yet. Bring him the version that is still sorting the pieces. He is tender with beginnings and middles, not only with endings. You have tried to carry everyone. Their opinions, their needs, their timelines, their emergencies. Lay them down. Love does not mean you play God. Love means you follow God and let him be God for others too. Your shoulders are for obedience, not omnipotence. You have compared yourself to the loud and visible. You assume that platform equals purpose. Purpose lives in rooms without cameras. Purpose grows in kitchens and carpools and cubicles, and small prayers and faithful work no one praises. Heaven's applause sounds like peace. Peace has been visiting you more often than you realize. You have asked how long? How long until the apology? How long until the opportunity? How long until the body heals and the finances breathe and the family finds reconciliation? The honest answer is that God is answering those prayers in layers. Some answers come as strength today. Some answers come as wisdom tomorrow. Some answers come as doors you will walk through this season. But hear this, none of it is being ignored. Justice does not rush, but it does not forget. You may feel behind in joy. Joy will not punish you for needing time. Joy will visit gently. It will come as a laugh you did not force. It will come as a morning without dread. It will come as a small pleasure that feels larger than it should. Receive it without suspicion. It is holy to be happy again. You may feel behind in trust. Trust grows as God keeps showing up. He is not asking you to pretend it never hurt. He is asking you to let him build new trust on healed ground. Brick by brick, day by day, you will notice that fear does not get the first word. You will notice that hope does not feel like risk, but like breath. You may feel behind in purpose. Purpose is not a destination you must find. Purpose is a person you are with. Walk with God, and you will walk into what is yours. You will turn around and realize you have been in purpose for months. One obedient step at a time. You may feel behind in love. Love is not chasing you because you are desperate. Love is finding you because you are ready to be loved in truth. Better friendships, cleaner agreements, boundaries honored, conversations safe. God heals relational patterns by healing the beliefs beneath them. You will see it. You will live it. To the part of you that is tired of being tough, you are allowed to rest. To the part of you that wonders if softness will be punished again, you are allowed to be soft with safe people. To the part of you that thinks you must earn what is coming, you are allowed to receive without suspicion. Grace does not shame you for needing grace. What you endured did not disqualify you. It quietly qualified you. You learned to bless without an audience. You learned to forgive without applause. You learn to keep your face toward God when doors shut. These are not small things. These are royal lessons. Archangel Michael stands beside those who kept clean hands in unfair seasons. He does not flatter you. He fortifies you. He reminds your spirit of what God already said. You are not crazy. You are not overreacting. You are not dramatic for naming what happened. You are a witness telling the truth and letting God be the judge. Validation is not permission to stay wounded. Validation is the kindness that makes healing possible. You cannot stitch a wound you refuse to admit. You admitted it. You brought it to God. That is why the holy reversal has legal ground to proceed. You did not imagine the cost. You did not imagine the losses. You did not imagine the loneliness. But you also cannot imagine the tenderness with which God intends to restore you. He restores like a craftsman, not a contractor in a hurry. He restores in a way that leaves beauty where there was only function before. He restores in a way that makes you safer for yourself and others. When the memory comes back sharp, bless your own heart. Say it out loud if you can. Heart, you did well to survive. Mind, you did well to learn. Body, you did well to carry me here. Now we heal with God. Now we walk with less fear. Now we build with calmer hands. If you are worried that kindness will be taken advantage of again, hear this instruction. Keep your kindness. Add boundaries. Keep your generosity. Add discernment. Keep your open door. Add a wise lock. You do not have to become someone else to be safe. You have to become a truer version of who you are in God. Heaven honors the ones who chose not to harden. Heaven remembers the ones who laid down the right to retaliate. Heaven strengthens the ones who return to the altar again and again with the same request. Make me clean. Make me steady. Make me whole. You will not be turned away. If you have been waiting for someone to say what happened to you was real and wrong, consider this that moment. It was real. It was wrong. It mattered. And God is addressing it not only by confronting what hurt you, but by clothing you in peace that cannot be taken. This is the justice that reaches deeper than headlines. This is the justice that rewires the nervous system of your days. You are not stuck. You are being steadied. You are not behind. You are being aligned. You are not forgotten. You are being prepared to be remembered in the right rooms for the right reasons. Take one breath now. Inhale and say, God sees me. Exhale and say, God heals me. Again. Inhale, God sees me. Exhale, God heals me. Let your body believe what your spirit has always known. You are held. This is the empathy of heaven. This is the validation you needed and maybe did not know how to ask for. You are not alone. You are not late. You are not disqualified. You are dearly loved. When you lay your head down tonight, may your sleep agree with this truth. When you rise tomorrow, may your steps agree with this truth. And in the days ahead, may your voice agree with this truth. You are seen. You are defended. You are being restored. There is a holy hour when winds change. Not because people changed their minds. Not because systems suddenly grew kind. But because God spoke and time obeyed. You are standing in that hour now. Archangel Michael stands beside the threshold and announces a shift. He does not shout. He does not flatter. He simply declares what heaven has decided. Justice is moving from the page to the path. What was unfair will not remain that way. Picture a long table in a quiet room. On the table lies a scroll with your name. Its edges are sealed with wax. The seal bears a mark you did not choose and cannot erase, the faithfulness of God. A hand you cannot see presses the seal and says, it is time. This is the turning point. There is a key for this door. It is not the key of talent alone. It is not the key of influence alone. It is the key of endurance, shaped in prayer, warmed by tears, held by trust. You have carried this key in your pocket longer than you knew. Tonight the key fits. Tonight the key turns. Before this night ends, do something simple and sacred. At 9 p.m. where you are, be still for 3 minutes. Whisper, God, I agree with your justice. Then let silence carry the rest. This is not superstition. This is alignment. Agreement opens what striving cannot. Listen again. The turning is not a rumor. It is a decree. Heaven's court has listened to evidence you could not gather. Heaven's court has weighed motives you could not see. Heaven's court has ruled with mercy for you and wisdom for everyone else. The gavel has fallen. The sentence is restoration. You will begin to notice a soft rearrangement of circumstances. Appointments that were hard to set will come together without your pushing. Emails that sat for weeks will find their reply. A conversation that always ended in a wall will open into a corridor. Do not call it coincidence. Call it governance. This is what it feels like when God governs your steps in a new way. Archangel Michael speaks to the fear that waits at every new door. Be courageous and very gentle. You do not need the armor of cynicism. You do not need the weapons of revenge. The King has gone before you. Walk in with empty hands and a full heart. You will not be ambushed by the past here. Some things will reverse by removal. A pressure will lift. A voice that criticized will quiet. An obligation that drained you will dissolve. This is a mercy you did not know how to ask for. Let it go without hunting a reason. Some doors close because better ones swing wide and need the space. Other things will reverse by return. Opportunities you were denied will circle back. Names that were cold to you will warm. Promises in writing will be honored after all. You will be tempted to say, too late. Say instead, right on time. The calendar of heaven is never late for the lesson it intends to graduate. There will also be reversals by replacement. Not the same job, but a seat with more integrity. Not the same audience, but a room with more honor. Not the same friend, but a circle with truer care. Do not mourn replicas when originals are on the way. God does not return counterfeits. He restores with the real. You are not being given a script to perform. You are being offered a posture to live. Posture looks like this: head lifted without pride, shoulders down without defeat, hands open without fear. This posture itself is a prophecy. It says, I expect goodness because God is good. It says, I will not scramble because God is sure. It says, I am available to be led. Some will ask for an explanation. How did this happen? Who made the call? Why did the numbers change? You will not have all the details. You will have your witness. I asked, and God reversed what was unfair. Let that be enough for those who love truth. Those who prefer scandal over testimony will find less to feed on. Bring your memory to the threshold for a moment. Call to mind one unfair moment that still aches. Do not stay long. Just name it. Now put that memory on the table with the sealed scroll. Say aloud, I do not edit this for God. I do not justify what wounded me. I present it to the judge who knows all. This is your courage. This is your offering. He will not waste it. The turning point always requires one brave yes. Not a loud yes. A steady yes. Yes to walking through the door when you feel underdressed. Yes to answering the call when you feel underqualified. Yes to receiving kindness without arguing with it. You have practiced many no's to protect yourself. Now practice this yes to be restored. You will sense two rivers inside you in these days. One river is old fear. It tells stories of what used to happen. It warns you to expect more of the same. Let that river run to the edge and spill out of your life. The other river is peace. It does not shout. It says, try again. It says, this time will be different because you are different. Drink from that river. Its water is courage. God is not only reversing outcomes. He is reversing narratives. You have been the person who absorbed disruption so others could remain comfortable. Now you will carry a calm that changes rooms. You have been the person who apologized first to keep the peace. Now your presence will call people to truth with kindness. You have been the person who served from the corners. Now you will be seated at the table to shape what happens next. Do not be surprised if honor finds you awkwardly at first. You will look over your shoulder to see if it belongs to someone else. You will try to hand your seat to another out of habit. Stay where you are placed. Humility is not leaving the seat God gives. Humility is using the seat to serve with clean hands and clear eyes. Expect interruptions that are actually interventions. A plan will be changed, and you will be exactly where you need to be. Traffic will slow you, and you will meet the person you were meant to meet. A delay will upset your schedule, and you will avoid a complication you never knew was coming. Bless the interruptions. They are woven into the reversal. There is a crown in this story, but it is lighter than you think. It does not press you down with performance. It rests on you with purpose. It is not made of metal. It is braided from clarity. Clarity about who you are and who you are not. Clarity about what you carry and what you will not carry anymore. Clarity is a crown that cannot be stolen. You will dream differently. Where you used to dream of escape, you will dream of building. Where you used to dream of proving them wrong, you will dream of proving God faithful. Where you used to dream of being seen, you will dream of seeing others and lifting them. This is maturation, not mere compensation. This is the goodness of God going deeper than you're wound. The turning point may bring an apology. Receive it if it comes. But understand this. The reversal is not powered by apologies. It is powered by the will of God. If apologies come late or not at all, the reversal still stands. Let your healing be independent of the speed at which others grow. There is a sentence heaven keeps singing over you. It is already written. It is already sealed. It is already on its way. When anxiety tries to take back the microphone, sing that sentence softly to yourself. Let your breath keep the rhythm. Let your steps keep the beat. There will be a test that looks like an old pattern dressed in new clothes. An offer that asks you to lower your standards for speed. A relationship that asks you to shrink to be tolerated. A platform that asks you to trade integrity for reach. This is where the turning point becomes permanent. Say no with peace. Say no without a speech. Heaven will answer your no with a better yes. Learn to bless what you do not need anymore. Bless the rooms that could not make space for you. Bless the habits that once kept you safe and now keep you small. Bless the season that formed you even while it hurt you. Bless it and let it go. Blessing is a key too. Blessing locks what should remain behind and unlocks what awaits ahead. Some reversals will be public. Others will be private and more precious for being so. The night you sleep without dread. The meal you enjoy without the taste of anxiety. The phone call you do not fear. These are milestones heaven celebrates. Write them down. They are stones in the river of your story. One day you will point to them and tell someone crossing behind you, step here, then here. It is safe. At 9 p.m. again tomorrow, set aside 3 minutes. Whisper, I forgive and release. You are not excusing harm. You are vacating the role of prosecutor so you can inhabit the role of builder. You cannot build with hands closed around old evidence. Let the judge keep the record. Let your hands hold the future. Archangel Michael now speaks to your calling with firm tenderness. You will not use your restoration to rehearse your pain. You will use your restoration to reveal God's heart. Your story will be an altar, not a stage. People will come near and feel safe to tell the truth. They will leave with hope to try again. This is the authority you carry now, the soft authority of someone who survived with their kindness intact. You must decide what to do with the next open door. Do not over-prepare until courage dies. Do not under-prepare and call it faith. Prepare your heart. Prepare your words. Show up. God is not asking you for excellence beyond your humanity. He is asking for a willing spirit clothed in simplicity. He will add the wind to your sail. If finances were a place of constant unfairness, watch for wisdom to arrive with the reversal. A plan you can keep, not a burden you cannot carry. One steady habit at a time. Provision will pair with discipline so the blessing can stay. God is not only sending supply, He is sending strategy. Both are mercy. If relationships were a place of unfairness, watch for gentle people to appear. They will honor your boundaries without being told twice. They will speak truth without the sting of contempt. They will ask for nothing that costs you your peace. Let them in slowly and gratefully. You are not desperate anymore. You are deliberate. If your own mind was a place of unfairness, watch for new thoughts to land. Not slogans. Soundness. You will wake and reach for truth because it is becoming your habit. You will catch lies earlier because your discernment is maturing. You will befriend silence instead of fearing it. This is deliverance in motion, often quiet, always real. You may find yourself wanting to tell the whole story to everyone. Practice selective testimony. Share where it brings life. Hold back where it invites drama. There is a difference between privacy and secrecy. Privacy protects the holy work while it is still tender. Secrecy hides shame. You have nothing to be ashamed of. Walk in light with wise people. As the turning point unfolds, some will say, you changed. Say thank you. You did. You became truer, kinder, stronger, quieter where noise was wasteful, louder where silence was harmful. Change is fruit. Fruit means the root was alive. The gardener has been faithful. When the moment comes that feels like graduation, do one more simple thing. Kneel in your heart. Say, all of this is grace. This keeps you light. This keeps you dangerous to darkness and safe to people. Gratitude is also a crown. It sits well with clarity. Return often to the picture of the scroll, your name on it, the seal, the decree. If you ever doubt, remember who sealed it. Not a friend, not an enemy, not a system. God. He does not write in pencil. He does not bargain with your destiny. It bears repeating because repetition turns truth into rhythm. It is already written. It is already sealed. It is already on its way. Walk today as if that sentence is the ground under your feet. Because it is. Because you are on the side of a verdict that was reached in love. Now breathe. In and out, slowly. This is the air of a new season. It smells like release. It tastes like peace. It sounds like a door unclicking. Step through. You belong on the other side. This is the part of the story where change is not a theory. It is movement. It is fruit. It is the quiet, unstoppable work of God showing up in places that used to be locked. Archangel Michael stands near and speaks peace over the process. The reversal is not a single moment. It is a way of walking now. You will recognize it by what begins to grow. You will rise in the morning differently, not with dread, with steadiness. Before your mind makes a list, your heart will make a confession. God is with me today. That sentence will be the floor beneath your first steps. It will interrupt old routines of fear. It will insert oxygen where panic used to live. You will carry yourself differently. Not louder, not smaller. Truer. Your shoulders will learn the habit of ease. Your hands will open because they remember they are not the judge or the jury. Your eyes will look forward longer, backward less. This is what freedom looks like on an ordinary Tuesday. You will think differently. Not because you force new thoughts, but because peace alters the questions you ask. Instead of what if everything goes wrong, you will ask, what if grace meets me here? Instead of rehearsing who failed you, you will plan how to bless what is ahead. Your mind will not become empty. It will become ordered. Order is mercy. Order is the sound of justice sorting what used to be tangled. You will work differently. Excellence will keep its place and anxiety will lose its throne. You will be faithful to your assignments without worshiping them. You will honor deadlines without despising yourself. You will choose diligence without choosing self-punishment. This is how purpose feels when fear is not the manager. You will pray differently. Less performance. More presence. Short prayers that move mountains because they come from a quiet heart. You will not bargain. You will agree. God, I agree with your justice. God, I agree with your timing. God, I agree with your ways. This agreement will turn keys you did not know you were holding. You will forgive differently. Not quickly because you are pressured, deeply because you are safe. Forgiveness will not be a story you tell to look holy. It will be a decision you revisit with God until the grip of pain loosens and your inner voice stops arguing with mercy. You will notice the day you realize you are no longer repeating the old conversation in your head. That silence is a milestone. That quiet is a victory. You will set boundaries differently. Gentle, clear, consistent. You will not announce them to win arguments. You will live them to guard peace. No is not punishment. It is a gift you give to the future. Yes is not fear of missing out. It is alignment with what God actually asked you to carry. Your calendar will begin to look like honor. Your energy will begin to feel like stewardship. You will relate to money differently. Not as a bully, not as a god, as a tool. You will make simple plans you can keep. You will not despise small steps. You will not delay obedience until you feel rich. Provision will pair with wisdom so that blessing can stay. What once leaked will begin to hold. What once frightened will begin to serve. You will handle opportunity differently. You will not sprint to prove yourself. You will not hide to protect yourself. You will walk in measured steps, prepared and at peace. If a door opens, you will walk through with gratitude and clarity. If a door closes, you will bless it and keep moving. Your worth will not be hooked to which door moves on a given day. Your worth will be fastened to the one who guides your steps. You will choose people differently, not by charm first, but by fruit. Not by volume, but by integrity. You will welcome those who honor truth and are not threatened by your growth. You will release relationships that require you to become smaller to be loved. The small circle you keep will become a greenhouse. Humility will grow there. Joy will grow there. Honest laughter will grow there. You will leave those conversations with more peace than when you arrived. You will speak differently. Fewer explanations. Cleaner sentences. You will stop trying to convince those committed to misunderstanding you. You will invest words where they can water something living. You will not waste breath proving that God is moving. You will use breath to bless the move that is already happening. You will rest differently. Sleep will stop being a negotiation your fear keeps winning. You will practice the simple courage of shutting down the day. You will leave tomorrow to tomorrow and discover that tomorrow arrives more manageable when you meet it after rest. Sabbath will stop sounding like a luxury and start sounding like obedience. Your body will thank you. Your spirit will sing. You will remember differently. Memory will stop being a museum of harm and become a library of wisdom. You will not deny what happened. You will hold it with God until the sting becomes instruction. From that instruction, you will bless others. Not as a lecturer, as a companion who knows the terrain and carries a light. You will plan differently, not as a way to control, as a way to cooperate. You will make room on your calendar for surprises that are actually interventions. You will put rest on the calendar as responsibly as work. You will keep space for prayer that is as routine as breakfast. These are not small disciplines. These are the rails on which the train of restoration moves. You will see yourself differently, unashamed of gentle strength, unmoved by cheap praise, unintimidated by loud criticism. You will not puff up or sink down. You will stand where God places you and call that posture worship. You will handle apologies differently. If they come, you will receive them without sarcasm. If they do not, you will not wait to heal. You will let God be enough for the chapters others refuse to address. You will let wholeness be independent of their timetable. This is maturity as mercy, not pride. You will handle compliments differently, not as fuel, as confirmation that grace leaves evidence. You will pass the praise to God without rejecting the encouragement. This keeps your heart light. This keeps your steps clean. You will face familiar triggers differently. The sound that used to make your stomach drop will become a cue to breathe. The room that used to shrink you will become a place where you practice standing tall with soft eyes. The voice that used to pull you back into old patterns will become background noise. You will not shame yourself for needing practice. Practice is holy. Practice is proof that you believe change is possible. You will experience God differently, not only as the one who rescues, as the one who rests with you while you grow. You will sense his smile in ordinary tasks. You will feel his nudge when you are about to overextend. You will hear his yes when you are ready to risk with wisdom. Presence will be your most familiar gift. You will bless your enemies differently, not by inviting harm, by refusing to partner with bitterness. Your intercession will stop at the line of your safety and still remain sincere. Bless them to heal far from you, if necessary. Bless them to learn what you learned without the detours you endured. This is strength. This is authority in love. You will steward testimony differently. You will write down the small things so you do not expect only fireworks. You will note the quiet mercies, the appointment moved up, the unexpected help, the unforced smile, the bill paid, the call returned, the apology offered, the creative idea that arrived like a bird to the window. You will keep a record because heaven kept a record of your tears. Now you will keep a record of joy. You will lead differently. Leadership will not mean control. It will mean covering. It will mean clarity. It will mean courage to say the true thing kindly. People under your influence will feel safer, not smaller. They will risk because you model trust in God over fear of failure. Where you go, culture changes. You will serve differently, not to earn visibility, to amplify goodness. You will do the task in front of you with the energy you have, then stop without guilt. You will allow others to carry their part. You will not rescue people from growth by doing their work for them. Service will be partnership with God, not punishment of self. You will see time differently. Years that felt lost will reappear as skills, perspective, and the kind of compassion that cannot be faked. You will not try to rewind. You will redeem by how you live forward. You will multiply by how you give what you learned. God redeems time by redeeming hearts, and yours is becoming a garden again. You will notice divine choreography, missed turns that put you in the right lane, sudden ideas that solve old problems, new friends who feel like answered prayers you forgot to pray. You will stop calling it luck. You will call it leadership. This is what it feels like when the shepherd guides. You will choose inputs differently. Less noise, more nourishment, fewer arguments you cannot win, more wisdom that builds the inner life you want to live in. You will delete some numbers. You will add some books. You will rearrange your media diet to feed hope and wisdom instead of anxiety and outrage. Your soul will calm down and grow strong. You will handle success differently. You will not apologize for it. You will not worship it. You will look for ways success can serve the purpose that carried you through the valley. You will ask better questions. Who can I lift? What can I build that lasts? Where can I sow what I once lacked? You will recognize that favor is a responsibility to love well. You will handle disappointment differently, not as a verdict, as information. You will adjust with wisdom instead of collapsing in self-accusation. You will bring the ache to God while it is fresh so that it cannot harden into cynicism. You will try again when trying again is right. You will walk away when walking away is right. Either way, you will remain whole. You will teach your body a new language. Slow meals, deep breaths, walks that end with gratitude instead of scorekeeping, sleep that begins with release instead of review. A body that remembers peace is a friend to destiny. The spirit will disciple even your nervous system. This is part of the holy reversal. The inside learns safety and the outside follows. You will notice creativity returning. Ideas that felt out of reach will sit down beside you. You will write the first sentence without judging the last one. You will build the first small version without shaming yourself for not finishing the perfect one. Momentum will meet you because mercy removes the weight you were not meant to carry. You will remember the scroll, your name on it, the seal of faithfulness pressed into wax. When doubt whispers, you will look again. You will say what you have learned to say. It is already written. It is already sealed. It is already on its way. These words will not be magic. They will be alignment. They will tune your inner ear to the pitch of God's promise. You will hold authority differently, not to control people, to create environments where truth can breathe. You will make rooms safer by how you listen. You will make teams stronger by how you decide. You will make families calmer by how you repent quickly and forgive freely. Authority anchored in humility disarms darkness. You will measure progress differently, not by applause alone, by peace, by consistency, by the presence of joy stronger than circumstance. Some days heaven will celebrate with you while earth is quiet. That will be enough. You will become less addicted to external confirmation because your spirit is learning to live from the inside out. You will honor your past differently. You will not sanitize it. You will not sensationalize it. You will let it stand as witness that God did not abandon you when everything felt thin. You will tell the truth about your mistakes and then tell the greater truth about grace that taught you a wiser way. People will find hope in your honesty. They will not meet your perfection. They will meet God's faithfulness. You will hold dreams differently, open-handed. You will dream not to escape life, but to enrich it. You will dream for the sake of others too. Your dreams will include space for other people to flourish. You will bless the dreamers around you instead of competing with them. Collaboration will replace scarcity. You will be surprised by how much beauty is possible when envy leaves the room. You will face old places differently. The street where the hard conversation happened. The building where the layoff was announced. The corner where you felt small. You will walk there again and find that the ground no longer owns your breath. You will stand still, whisper thank you, and keep moving. This is how territory is taken back, quietly, steadily, with God. You will interpret silence differently. It will not feel like punishment. It will feel like invitation. To read, to think, to listen, to remember that your life is not built only in public. You will find that answers visit people who can tolerate a quiet room without reaching for a distraction. You will become one of those people. You will bless beginnings differently. Small starts will feel honest, not embarrassing. You will take the first step and call it beautiful. You will clap for the second step like it belongs to a child you love, because you are learning to love the child inside you who kept going. This is also justice. The inner life receiving the care it was denied while it was busy surviving. You will belong differently, not everywhere, somewhere specific. God will plant you in communities that honor who you are and challenge who you are becoming. You will not feel the need to audition. You will offer your gifts and receive theirs. Belonging will stop feeling like a test and start feeling like a home you help to keep clean. You will bless the ones who were kind to you when kindness was rare. You will remember their names and write them letters. You will return generosity where it first found you. This is how gratitude keeps doors open for others. This is how testimony multiplies. You will meet challenges differently, not with the panic that used to sprint to the front. With the wisdom that now lives close by, you will ask, what is the next right step? You will take it. You will let God be God over the rest. Fear will have opinions. You will have instructions. Instructions will win. You will feel the companionship of heaven, not only when you are in a crisis, when you cook, when you log in, when you commute, when you sit in a waiting room. Presence will thread through ordinary minutes until ordinary minutes feel holy. You will not need to escape your life to encounter God. You will meet Him in the place you live. And yes, there will be multiplicity, not a spectacle, a stewardship. What was diminished will be multiplied by mercy. What was delayed will be delivered with wisdom. What was taken will be compensated in forms better than replicas. You will recognize the hand of God because the blessing will not fracture your soul. It will heal it. It will not make you arrogant. It will make you grateful. Your enemies, and those old internal enemies too, will watch. They cannot stop it. Some will soften. Some will leave. Some will learn. Your task is not to manage their responses. Your task is to live the truth. Keep your hands clean. Keep your heart soft. Keep your pace with God. When the day ends, you will sit with a quiet joy. You will measure it like this. I did what was mine to do. I left what was not mine with God. I loved where love was right. I said no where no was holy. I rested because rest is obedience. This is transformation at eye level. This is justice turning into a life. If you ever wonder whether all of this is real, return to the sentence that framed the turning point. It is already written. It is already sealed. It is already on its way. Then add this. It is already growing in me. This is your moment to move from hearing to agreeing. Not with noise, with obedience. Justice is not an idea you admire. Justice is a decision you join. Heaven has issued the decree. Now your heart answers. Begin simply. Type justice in the comments. Write it as a witness to your own soul. Write it as a line of agreement with God. You are not feeding an algorithm. You are forming an altar. Words become memorials when they are offered to God. Type justice and let your breath slow as you do. This is your yes in ink. If you feel a little silly, that is fine. You felt silly the first time you prayed out loud too. But your life changed because you prayed anyway. Type justice. Say it softly where you are. Justice over my life. Justice over my name. Justice over my time. Justice over my family. Justice over the work of my hands. Subscribe so you do not miss the next message. This is not about collecting followers. It is about staying in rhythm with what God is pouring out over you in this season. Set the notification. Let it be a bell that reminds your heart to stay in step with heaven's pace. You have followed voices that drained you. Choose to follow a voice that builds you. Now, take a deeper step. Write this sentence on paper where you can see it. It is already written. It is already sealed. It is already on its way. Place that paper by your bed. When you wake and when you lie down, read it out loud. Your ears need to hear what your spirit already knows. Your body learns peace by rehearsal. Make a small covenant for the next 7 days. At 9 p.m. in your time zone, be still for 3 minutes. Whisper, God, I agree with your justice. If you have more words, offer them. If you do not, offer your silence. Agreement does not require speeches. Agreement requires presence. Keep this appointment as carefully as you would keep an interview or a doctor's visit. You are meeting with the judge who loves you. Name and release. This is part of the call. Write the unfair moments that still sit heavy on your chest. Use simple phrases. The meeting where my work was taken. The promise that was not kept. The friendship that broke trust. Now say, I release this case to heaven. I am not the prosecutor anymore. I am the builder God is restoring. Then breathe. Slowly. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Repeat. I release and I receive. Release what poisoned. Receive what heals. If you need help forgiving, pray this. Father, I choose to forgive. I release their hold on my story. I ask you to remove the sting, teach me wisdom, and protect my boundaries. Where there must be distance, keep it. Where there can be peace, plant it. I bless them to learn and heal far from me if that is safest. I choose freedom today. Amen. Seal your day with thanksgiving. Gratitude is not denial. Gratitude is alignment. Say thank you for something small and real. Thank you for one breath that did not feel tight. Thank you for one conversation that was kind. Thank you for one moment when my mind was quiet. Gratitude is the gate where justice enters with peace. Choose one simple act of faithfulness within the next 24 hours. Send the email you delayed because fear made you small. Begin the application that honors your calling. Clean the small space that always steals your calm. Set a budget meeting with yourself or with your spouse. Start the project you have been planning in your head for a year. Small obedience opens large doors. Do not wait for perfect energy. Begin with honest energy, then ask God to add His strength. Establish a boundary that guards your new season. Boundaries are not walls of punishment. They are fences of stewardship. Speak one clear sentence to a person or a situation where your peace has been leaking. I cannot commit to that. I am not available for that tone. I will need time to consider before I answer. Practice saying it without apology. Practice saying it without anger. Gentle, clean, true. Your boundary is a vote for the future you and for the relationships that can honor it. Create a justice card. On a small card, write 3 lines. Justice over my time. Justice over my name. Justice over my assignments. Carry it for 30 days. When old fear rises, touch the card and read the lines. Let your fingers remind your mind that you are not empty-handed. Return to the altar of your voice. Type 1 more confession in the comments after you write justice. Type 1 agree. Type 1 receive restoration. Type 1 forgive and release. These are not slogans. These are signatures. Heaven recognizes the handwriting of humility. Each line is a way of standing in the place God is building for you. Consider sharing this message with one person who needs hope. Do it carefully. Do it kindly. Say, I thought of you when I heard this. No pressure. Just take what helps. You are not recruiting. You are offering water. When we share hope, we multiply it. The same way fear spreads by rumors, hope spreads by witness. Strengthen your yes with order. Put your 9 o'clock agreement on your calendar for 7 nights. Set the reminder. Place the justice card where you sit to pay bills or plan your week. Lay your pen and paper beside your bed for morning and evening declarations. Order is not legalism. Order is love that remembers. Order keeps your heart from being dragged around by noise. Pray these short prayers during the day whenever you change tasks. God, I agree with your justice here. God, correct what I cannot reach. God, make me gentle and brave. God, guard my mouth and enlarge my peace. Short prayers train your inner world to stay connected. They also make room for God to surprise you with calm. Speak life over your finances with honesty and faith. Say, I will steward what I have and welcome what I need. Say, God, give me wisdom to handle provision so blessing can stay. Begin with one small habit you can keep without strain. Track every expense for 7 days. Call one provider and negotiate a small relief. Cook at home twice more this week. Open a simple savings envelope even if the first deposit is small. Wisdom and provision are companions. Invite both. Speak life over your body without shaming it. Say, body, you did well to carry me. Now we will learn safety with God. Drink water first. Walk while you pray. Rest without screens for the last 30 minutes of your night. Tell your nervous system the day is over by lowering lights and lowering volume. Justice includes this too. Your inside life deserves gentleness. Speak life over your relationships with truth and hope. Say, God, give me friends who honor boundaries and truth. Give me a circle where joy grows and gossip dies. Give me courage to release what harms and to receive what heals. Reach out to one safe person. Choose a slow conversation over a fast scroll. Plant the community you have been missing by watering one relationship today. Practice selective testimony. Write a brief note in a journal titled Reversal. Each day, record one evidence of God's justice at work. The email answered. The tension eased. The bill reduced. The idea arrived. The apology whispered. The night of sleep. Do not skip the small evidence because you are waiting for big headlines. Justice often travels quietly. Guard your inputs for the next 7 days. Reduce the noise that keeps your heart brittle. Turn down voices that entertain you but erode you. Turn up voices that feed wisdom and peace. Ask yourself before you watch, does this build the future I just said yes to? If not, bless it and move on. Your peace is expensive. Treat it like treasure. Choose a seed to sow into someone else's life. Not to purchase a blessing, to participate in the goodness of God. Send a book. Pay for a meal. Write a note of encouragement with a specific sentence about what you admire. Offer a recommendation that lifts their work. When you become the person who multiplies hope for others, hope becomes your home too. Now, let us make declarations together. Say them out loud. Let your room hear your courage. I agree with the justice of God over my life. I release my need to prosecute my own case. I receive restoration with humility and gratitude. I forgive as an act of freedom and wisdom. I welcome the peace that comes with justice. I will keep my hands clean and my heart soft. I will set boundaries that guard what God is growing. I will walk through open doors without apology. I will not chase counterfeits when God offers the real. I will measure progress by peace and faithfulness. I will testify to what God has done with truth and tenderness. Breathe after each line. Let them settle. Declarations do not change God. They change you. They carve new channels in thought and habit so grace can flow. If your mind argues with these sentences, answer gently. Say, I hear you, fear, but we are trying a truer way now. Stay near, God. Teach me to hold steady when old instincts try to take the wheel. This is not pretense. This is practice. Heaven applauds practice. Now return to the simplest invitation. Type justice. If you already did, type I still agree. If you are ready to forgive, type I forgive and release. If you want to seal this with prayer, type Amen. Each line is another stone in the path. Each line is evidence to your future self that you chose life. Subscribe and keep walking with us. The next message will carry you further into peace and strategy. This channel will not flatter you with empty hype. It will shepherd you with scripture and steady wisdom. If you have needed a place to be rebuilt from the inside out, make this a regular stop. Your eyes and ears are gateways. Let them welcome what nourishes. Here is a prayer to close your day. Read it slowly. Let it be your own. Father, I stand under your justice. Where I tried to carry my own case, I step back. Where I stayed small to stay safe, lift my head. Where my name was mishandled, speak a better word over me. I forgive what I can today and ask you to grow the rest in me. Guard my boundaries. Order my steps. Settle my heart. Let restoration arrive in forms that make me whole. Teach me to steward blessing so it stays and serves your purpose. I agree with heaven's decree. It is already written. It is already sealed. It is already on its way. Amen. If you wake at night, use a breath prayer. On the inhale, say justice. On the exhale, say peace. Repeat it 3 times. Let your body hear your faith. Let your room be quiet again. Mark your next right step before this day ends. Write one sentence you will act on within 24 hours. I will email. I will call. I will begin. I will rest. I will forgive. Keep it small and real. Then do it. Action turns agreement into a path your feet can follow. If this message steadied you, tell God what you are grateful for right now. Say it simply. Thank you for speaking to me. Thank you for protecting my future while I learn to trust you. Thank you for the reversal already in motion. Gratitude keeps your heart light while you carry new responsibility. Return once more to the altar of words. Write justice. Write I agree. Write amen. Every action you take here is recorded in heaven. Every sentence of faith becomes a line in your story. You are not shouting into a void. You are answering a call. Remember the scroll with your name. Remember the seal you did not choose and cannot break. When doubt comes, picture the hand that pressed the wax. God is faithful. He does not write in pencil. He does not bargain with your destiny. Walk as if the page is real, because it is. You have listened. You have agreed. You have acted. Now rest. Rest like someone whose case has been moved to a higher court. Rest like someone whose future is under orders from heaven. Rest like someone who will wake to a day watched over by God. Before you close your eyes, seal it one last time. Type justice and whisper, it is already written. It is already sealed. It is already on its way. This is where we pause, not to end the story, but to rest inside it. The message has been spoken. The decree has been sealed. Now your heart simply breathes in peace. God is about to reverse what was unfair in your life. That is the promise. Not because of your striving, not because of your perfection, because He is just, because He is faithful, because He remembers what others forgot. Take these words and carry them gently. You do not need to replay every wound. You do not need to prove anything. You simply need to stand still and let justice be justice. Let restoration be restoration. Let peace take its seat inside you. This is not coincidence. This is your divine moment. The turning of seasons is not only around you. It is within you. And heaven's record is now heaven's release. Go to sleep tonight under lighter air. Let your pillow be a reminder that God gives rest to His beloved. Tomorrow will have its steps, its surprises, its signs. But tonight belongs to stillness. You are seen. You are remembered. You are being restored. What happens next will confirm this message. Trust the scroll. Trust the seal. Trust the hand that wrote your name. It is already written. It is already sealed. It is already on its way.